Have you ever confronted a narcissistic person about their behavior, only to find them turning the tables and accusing you of a very action you pointed out? This tactic is known as narcissistic projection. Like many manipulation tactics used by narcissists, projection serves a specific purpose and is driven by underlying motives. So let's dive deeper into why narcissists use projection, what it looks like, what they gain from using it, and what the impact is on you. We'll also explore strategies to effectively navigate and counter this manipulative tactic. First, let's briefly review the concept of narcissistic projection. This term describes a defensive mechanism in which individuals with narcissistic traits assign their own undesirable thoughts, feelings, or characteristics to others. When a narcissist's ego and self-image or self-esteem is threatened, often by you pointing out something they did wrong or flaws of theirs, they will project their undesirable qualities onto you by claiming that no, you, in fact, have these qualities. This allows the narcissist to avoid self-awareness and responsibility for their actions. This behavior serves to protect the narcissist's fragile ego and maintain a distorted self-perception. For instance, if a narcissist grapples with feelings of inadequacy and you bring attention to a situation where they fell short, their immediate response might be an overwhelming sense of unworthiness and inadequacy. In an attempt to offload these negative emotions, they project those feelings onto you by accusing you of being incompetent. Now you may be wondering, what mental gymnastics does a narcissist need to do to protect their ego by accusing me of what they are doing? Narcissistic projection operates on various levels, both consciously and subconsciously for the narcissist. One key function of projection is to normalize their behavior, which lessens any negative emotions they may have of doing these actions. By convincing themselves that others engage in the same actions as them, and perhaps even worse than them, the narcissist creates a buffer for their fragile ego and self-esteem, allowing them to feel better about themselves. It also allows them to justify to themselves doing these actions by claiming others do it as well. This distorted perspective also helps them maintain a sense of specialness and superiority, as they might say, sure, I may be doing these actions, but because I am unique and superior, I do them to a lesser degree. However, projection isn't solely about normalizing their behavior. It also serves as a release for the narcissist's internal turmoil. Many narcissists struggle to perceive others as distinct individuals with their own beliefs, needs, and desires. Instead, they often view others as an extension of themselves. Accusing you of the very traits they despise about themselves becomes a means for them to vent their anger and frustrations. In this scenario, you unwittingly become their emotional punching bag. This tactic allows them to attack the aspects of themselves they detest without directly confronting their own flaws, thereby avoiding the admission of their personal imperfections. However, narcissistic projection goes beyond just venting emotions or normalizing behaviors. It serves as a powerful distraction for the narcissist, helping them cope with their own insecurities. By projecting their negative aspects onto you, the narcissist successfully deflects attention, both yours and theirs, away from their genuine feelings of inadequacy and vulnerability. Let's dive deeper into this aspect. Imagine coming home and you start to reflect on actions you're not proud of, perhaps triggered by unpaid bills or the state of the place you live in. One way to drown out those negative thoughts might be turning up the TV or radio, or immersing yourself in video games. Now, consider the narcissist approach. They create drama to drown out their unwanted thoughts and emotions. Narcissists often initiate drama to divert attention from their own actions, shifting the focus onto you and your actions. By accusing you of various actions they do, the narcissist thrusts you into a defensive position, allowing the narcissist to evade accountability from you, as well as from them to no longer think about their own behaviors. Although they could accuse you of anything to create drama, in the moment, Narcissists often struggle to identify triggering accusations unless they know you very well. And even then, they are often caught off guard when you call them out on something. They are also often so internally focused on themselves that they genuinely don't know you very well. So they accuse you of things they hate about themselves as they believe you think like them and will also find these things detesting, guaranteeing a reaction from you. Often when you want to know the truth about a narcissist, listen to what they accuse you or others of doing. It's a cruel but easy way for the narcissist to get you to forget about their toxic behaviors, because you're so busy defending yourself against these false allegations by coming up with excuses or even proof for not doing what you are accused of. You no longer focus on the narcissist's actions. And of course, the narcissist is not in the least bit interested in your proof or excuses, as their aim is to get you emotional and off balance and focusing on defending yourself so they can escape accountability for their actions. They may even turn things further around and then use the things they accuse you of as reason for their ill treatment of you. This diversionary tactic not only shields the narcissist from accountability, but also provides them with a false sense of power and superiority. By getting you emotional and off track whenever you attempt to address their bad behaviors, they manipulate the situation to feel in control. The sadistic joy they derive from seeing you upset and struggling to defend yourself becomes a means for them to avoid confronting their own insecurities or flaws. It's a disturbing dynamic where their pleasure in your distress serves as a shield and allows them to avoid confronting their own insecurities or flaws. Narcissistic projection often leaves you bewildered, questioning why the narcissist accuses you of things you haven't done. The experience is emotionally distressing, fostering a sense of injustice as you are falsely accused. Yet the narcissist refuses to listen, believe you, or accept proof of your innocence. This manipulation tactic is draining, leaving you feeling hopeless as discussions devolve into drama and arguments without resolution. It can make you believe that your needs, wants, beliefs, and grievances are inconsequential, and, in turn, that you don't matter. The emotional manipulation may lead you to internalize the idea that you're not good enough for the narcissist and are somehow responsible for their toxic behavior due to your perceived flaws. This insidious tactic can make you question your reality, feel unworthy of respect, dignity, and love, ultimately giving the narcissist the power to manipulate and control you. So, how do you combat this sadistic tactic? First and foremost, recognize that when the narcissist falsely accuses you, especially over things they do themselves, it is not about addressing grievances or resolving relationship issues. Their goal isn't constructive. Rather, it's a tactic to protect their fragile ego and self-esteem. By provoking an emotional response, they aim to divert attention from their own flaws. Understand that they are not interested in constructive dialogue or problem solving. Their primary focus is on regulating their emotions, clinging desperately to their perceived superiority, and maintaining control over you. With this awareness, acknowledge that presenting evidence or offering excuses may fall on deaf ears. It's a challenging reality, but recognizing their disinterest in your perspective is a crucial step in protecting your emotional well-being. To disarm them, it is crucial to retain control over your emotions and resist the temptation to defend yourself against their unfounded accusations. While the desire for positive regard is natural, you must realize that you can't control how they perceive you. Regardless of your actions, they will always see themselves as superior to you to protect their own ego. Understand that the narcissist deliberately uses you as an emotional punching bag, venting their internal feelings, anger, insecurities, frustrations, or worthlessness onto you for their own emotional relief. They prioritize their comfort over your feelings, knowingly causing harm to you because it is easier for them than confronting their own issues. The key point is that they lack the incentive to change, as change requires acknowledging flaws, which triggers intense emotions they struggle to manage. Their deep-seated fear of imperfection and being ordinary are rooted in their childhood. They need to feel special and flawless so that they can feel safe, but people will not abandon them. So they construct a grandiose self-image to compensate. For narcissists, admitting vulnerabilities jeopardizes not only their self-esteem, but also their sense of human worth and intensifies their fear of rejection. These beliefs demand significant effort and time from the narcissist to change, as well as a skilled professional. When you refrain from responding emotionally as the narcissist expects and redirect the conversation to focus on their behavior, it catches them off guard and can be distressing and disempowering for them. Denying the narcissist the drama and emotional reaction they seek exposes their manipulation tactic and forces them to confront their actions, undermining their attempt to project issues onto you. This shifts power and control back to you. Remember, the projections don't reflect your true self or worth as a person. They're a manipulation tactic with a specific goal for the narcissist. Resist internalizing these false accusations or letting them define your self-worth. Refrain from entertaining the accusations by seeking specific examples or evidence, as that plays into the narcissist agenda, getting you to take your focus away from their behaviors. Calmly redirect the conversation back to the narcissist's behavior. You may even call out their attempt to avoid addressing their actions by causing drama or an argument. Some narcissists may admit to it and may be more willing to discuss their behavior, but often they will just try another tactic or project even more by claiming you never want to hear their problems with you, which is actually what they are doing. Or they will try to blame shift or guilt trip you for calling out their behaviors, and will try to make you feel ashamed for even bringing something up. Others may start to threaten you or may even become violent as they become more desperate to protect their ego. If a narcissist consistently refuses to engage in a constructive discussion, it's time to reconsider the relationship, as it may not be healthy for you. Learn more about narcissism by watching the video suggested to you right now.